Aren't you just on the
my
beach?
toes? There's no sand on your toes?
Actually, I was on the beach yesterday. It's an all-new, terrific Tuesday edition of Business Pants, joined by analyst Matt Moscardi. On today's lead independent standing desk, called August 18th, 2026, the Things We Miss game. That's not a game.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of game this is.
Oddly, a lot happened while you were gone. Our show today is being sponsored by FreeFlow Analytics, the only platform measuring board power connections and performance for free. Ooh, I like that.
Wow, that was awkward.
I thought maybe I sponsored
I was asking just as we started this. I don't remember how to do anything, so I'm glad that I proved that to be true. FreeFlow Analytics. Have you seen the platform?
Yeah, just using it right now. I added L3 Harris to my portfolio, and which is the top story. I'm going to follow them.
The thing is free now. Did you know like everybody can get
I
the
don't care.
portfolio thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Is it really? It's free? Well,
yeah.
it's free to me. That's all I know.
It's free and it's got like all the, like bells and whistles, like vote recommendations that you can set using the data. It's a thing. Right?
Yeah, I was looking at the predicted vote against the directors.
Yeah.
Because one guy, Roger Fraden's down pretty low. Anyway, let's get to the story. Let's get to the show.
Yay, the show.
All right. This is the things we missed, or you missed.
Yeah, well, I was gone for a week.
Yeah, I was collecting news stories, and I put them into handy categories for you. And the way this game works essentially is tell us if it matters, tell us if you care.
If I care.
Maybe this is a binary game. Just say like, I don't care, or I do care, or this matters.
Oh, well, can I just say I don't care about anything right now? And
well, that's the general game of life. Yeah. But this is specific to the content, because all of these stories will now be tagged on the company profiles of the show, of the companies that we talk about.
Yeah. In fact,
like when I go to L3 Harris, the top two stories, this is a tease. This is from the Wall Street Journal. Why do boards keep giving misbehaving CEOs second chances?
Oh, good.
And the second one is L3 Harris Technologies appoints Sam Mehta, blah, 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 blah. So all the stuff tagged on our website. Yep. What?
I have an answer to that question before we go anywhere. Why
right, go ahead.
do boards keep giving misbehaving CEOs what was it? Misbehaving CEOs? It gives
second
them
chances.
Second chances.
Really, it's like ninth chances, but let's go with second. Let's pretend like it's second.
Yeah, pretend
chances.
like it's only the second time, because the board members get 96% yes votes. So what exactly is their incentive to not just? Isn't it so much easier to just tell a CEO, yeah, come back? Because otherwise they got to do work. They got to go find a new CEO. There's turmoil. It's so much easier to just be like, well, investors don't seem to give a fuck, so let's.
Well, there's one
going.
There's one other part, and let me get to the story, and we'll begin with this one. And I call this first category nerdy ESG stuff.
Okay.
Which really just means governance junk. I don't know. Maybe there's some other stuff in here. L3 Harris ousts CEO after investigation into conduct. We've seen this a lot recently. Christopher Kubasik, chair and CEO, is out. Christopher Mehta is in. Here's the key point, and one of the reasons.
Even find someone not named Christopher.
One of the key reasons why these guys get second chances. The company did not give details about what happened.
Oh, they didn't even say what the conduct was?
In fact, in the 8K, all they said was that they determined that the executive engaged in conduct that was not consistent with the values of the company. I mean, that's it. They don't tell you why. So,
I mean,
right?
in 2024, maybe 2023, we knew the answer why just every single time when they said conduct, it was always had sex with
sometimes,
right?
But there was a high profile one we didn't. Was it Kroger? We still don't know Kroger why.
We still don't know why Kroger, but there's a lot of guesses.
Some of them we do.
But in 2026, it could be embezzling. Like people don't. There are no laws that anyone's following anymore. We're just paying CEOs whatever they want. We do whatever we want. He could have just bought crypto from
Here's what's
from a guy
worse.
under a bridge, and we wouldn't know about it. So
Even worse to me, the separation disclosure says that the board decided to reach a deal with Kubasik to get him to leave rather than trying to fire him for cause. So he's not even
Wow.
fired.
they didn't even fire him.
So he walks
Nice.
away with $57 million of stock he owned. He walks another $23 million of options that have vested. And let's not forget that he made $66 million over the past 3 years. So big punishment.
You want to know what's amazing about that? So on the Free Flow Analytics platform, there are scenario models, and one of the scenarios is CEO misconduct allegation, and it models whether or not how the board would be likely to respond to a CEO
Perfect.
misconduct allegation.
Yeah.
Their scenario model says this board may struggle with this event, and it says the reason why includes things like they don't have they're exposed because there's duality for the lead independent without a lead independent director, so there's no lead independent director, so there's not enough independence. It's a low merit board. There's no financial or technical expertise present on the board. It names the directors who are actually working against them, who actually might hurt this cause, and it says overall that this board, 73% of the board comes from one director community in the network of directors, and that they're highly deferential and interconnected. So
This explains to me why they needed to bring in an independent counsel to make this decision. This is the board's decision. They couldn't even make it themselves. They had to hire an independent counsel to help them make this decision. Anyway,
I mean, it's just
yeah.
it's just layers of dumb is what.
Do you
it is.
care? Do you care?
I
should
do
care.
because
You should.
I care not because of the story itself. First of all, I care because they don't disclose the reason. That bothers. That's like a trigger for you. I know.
Please. I mean, doesn't this company deal with? It's in the defense space. What?
Yeah, they do defense. Yeah, that's all they do.
Wouldn't we
Defense. They
want to
defend
know?
things.
Wouldn't we want to know at this level? It'd be one thing if they were making like rubber bands. I'd be like, whatever. I don't care. I mean, you'd think we'd want to know what conduct the CEO of a defense company was breaking. Like how bad that they had to fire this guy. We know they didn't fire him. Sorry. They had to kick him out. I think we'd want to know. You're right. Is there a level? Is there corruption? Is it maybe made us deal with foreign government? What's he up to? Because the Wall Street Journal is right. They're going to just rehire him somewhere else.
And do we trust the fact that they named an insider? Like, we don't know. Let's say it was like corruption. Corruption doesn't like stop at the one guy at the top, does it? Isn't that like it takes like a team. A team has to enable corruption.
You mean a board?
Well, no, they appointed the insider, Sam Mehta, right?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't Christopher. You're right. You got me. All
But,
right, let's move on.
Yeah, I do care. And plus, it's great this is like Free Flow Analytics wheelhouse. I love it.
Well, this is our bread and butter. Harvard reveals $2.2 billion SpaceX holding worth more than half its U.S. equity portfolio. How about that? Harvard and SpaceX.
What are you doing? You're fucking Harvard, right? Like, would you read like Anakit Shaw's Jeffries analysis of the fact that we shouldn't care about governance because the governistas are overly focused on having rights, and that you should just buy it because you're betting on Elon Musk? Harvard is betting on Elon Musk now.
Not to mention that 90% of Elon Musk's worldviews run counter to the type of education they're trying to teach at Harvard, right?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
What
This
are
one,
you doing?
I was actually surprised by this one.
I care because it annoys me.
Well, remember we analyzed who sits on. They call their board members. They call it like the corporation, something awful, like their board. At Harvard.
The corporation at Harvard. Yeah,
and we analyzed those board members.
It sounds evil.
We analyzed them. So is it really any surprise that they're just dumping money into a CEO's lap? But anyway, let's.
No, I hate it. I hate it.
Bus, here's the headline. We really created a revolution with this one. I mean, now everyone uses this, but I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I'd like to get credit for it, but whatever. But here's the headline. Busting CEO pay curve in 2025. Musk made annual salary of average Tesla worker every 4.2 seconds.
Yeah.
We coined this.
That's the only reason why I care, but otherwise I don't care.
We decided to break down CEO pay to amusingly, although a darkly evil amusing. Like when we wanted to know, like when on that first day of the year, it was like before lunch. Like when does the CEO actually make as much as his?
I mean,
median
how
employee?
much of his bagel has
we
he
broke it
eaten
down
by the time he? Yeah.
And of course, we've never seen anything like 4.2 seconds. I mean, that's unbelievable.
This is what we knew it was coming. I don't know what we're like surprised, and we have headlines about it now. Like we
And then
gave him the fucking pay package.
And then another headline going along with this is S&P 500 CEO pay jumps to record as Musk-inspired compensation plans spread, something that we warned would start happening. Average S&P 500 CEO pay reached $340 million.
That's not real though.
Okay, it's skewed by Musk, but it's still an actual stat.
Yeah, don't use the average. Come on.
All right, so what do you think?
You
do you
gotta
care?
exclude Musk.
Do you care or you know about this
no,
already?
because we knew this. Like, this isn't new. We knew
US
this. I just care that they used our headline.
I know. SEC to keep hands off shareholder proposals, worrying activists.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you
do you
read
know
it?
about this?
So I
did, but I like to me. Is it anything new? Tell me, is there?
All right,
this
so
yeah, go ahead.
it's new-ish.
Ish.
So
right.
last year, they said what they were going to. They basically gaslit everyone and said we're too busy to read all these shareholder proposals.
Yeah.
Like it's your fucking job, but they're too busy to do that, right?
Well, I thought,
So-
what about AI? Aren't we all celebrating AI? Can't that do it for you?
So instead of reading them, what they said they were going to do is they were going to respond to them by saying, "We defer to you, the company.
do what you want.
Do what you want. Put it on the like." They were just sending out a form letter. Now, literally, that form letter took 9 seconds, like because all they're doing is responding, saying, "We take no position." That's all they were doing. This, they've said, we will no longer send out that form letter. We won't even respond. What this is.
Why is this important? Yeah, go ahead.
The reason why it's important is now there will be no disclosure about what the companies omit.
Right.
Now
That's
we
not
won't
good.
know what they're omitting, because what we found with that disclosure, because they were disclosing it, it was all on the SEC website, is they were targeting John Chevedden and Jim McRitchie, and they weren't targeting like woke proposals. The things that they were omitting were almost entirely shareholder rights. Simple majority voting, declassify the board, special meetings.
Which is important because I'm going to push up the next story. It's important based on the next story I'm going to mention. Go ahead, keep going.
Well, so the reality is what we knew, what we learned was the SEC didn't want to stop woke proponents from doing trans, only employ trans people. What the SEC was allowing was companies to effectively kill shareholder rights by omission, right? Like they just said, no longer we're going to omit anything that can look like a change to governance practice that actually is in the best interest of shareholders. We're going to omit those. So we knew that because of the disclosure. So now we won't know that anymore. That seems to be the only change.
Do you care?
I care about this not because I think precatory proposals are like the thing we should care about. I care about this because the disclosure is very important. Like we talked about on the show many times that John Chevedden was unequivocally targeted by companies. And Paul Atkins used John Chevedden as an example in a speech of why the whole system's broken, because he was pushing for too many proposals. The things he was asking for were absolute basic rights in a democracy. Like count the votes, don't have dual class shares, simple majority voting, right? Like that's a basic tenet of democracy. So yeah, the thing I care about is the disclosure.
So let's keep going with that theme. This is a story about ISS and its influence on voting outcomes. What's interesting here is that ISS recommended fewer say on pay proposals, right? Against fewer, so down to 8% this year versus 9% last year. They went down on E&S proposals, environmental and social, 13% this year, down from 15% last year. Although they were at they were supported 46% in 2023 and 24. So I don't know how they dropped so quickly on those. But here's where it's interesting, maybe to your point about Chevedden and McRitchie, is that ISS actually supported more governance proposals, up to 66%, up from 55% last year. So maybe you're right. The SEC is trying to stop that. Like they're trying to thwart like any kind of shareholder rights for some reason.
I mean, they're losing the battle to sort of kill ISS entirely, because ISS basically sides with management for the vast majority of what they do. Like
with directors and pay,
every
definitely.
director, like
3%. They're opposed 3% of directors.
And if you regulate ISS and say that they can't like sell their data and advice, then you effectively are telling every sell side research paper that they can't sell advice either, right? Like, so it's very difficult to do that because no one has to take the advice. You're not legally mandated to listen to ISS. So the other way to do it, the back doorway, is to basically make it impossible to vote for anything that would change the company.
So do you care about these stats I just told you about ISS? No.
ISS is just so snaky. They're so politically snaky. I don't.
Well, that's what the S is all about, right? Like Voldemort. Next story. Let's go to stay with the SEC. SEC data center ruling is removing a key guardrail from NVIDIA's $500 billion AI financing push. So a staff opinion from the SEC exempts some data center debt from Dodd-Frank risk retention rules, making AI infrastructure financing more attractive to sponsors. So
why?
Right?
And that I don't know why.
This is a sneaky, quiet ruling.
I know, because
there is no reason.
Gus, who lives like in central Iowa, does not give a shit. Like, there's no way to make a person give a shit about this.
But the country is pushing back on AI infrastructure while the government is doing everything it can to break apart regulations to let it happen.
But it's not the AI infrastructure is not the problem. The debt is, right. Like effectively, they're saying you don't have to count the debt. Like it doesn't count as debt.
I don't know. I don't get that one either.
Why? Why?
All right. So you care, obviously.
Yes,
Next
I
one.
Care about that.
Treasury scales back scrutiny of U.S. shell companies. Trump administration will not enforce reporting requirements of the 2021 Corporate Transparency Act, which was intended to crack down on money laundering. I feel like the thing that's best, that Trump does best, and this whole crypto world, the whole VC world, the PE world, whatever, what we've done best is we're in a golden age of like money laundering. That's what I think.
It's a real win.
It's like Kalshi and
should we start money laundering?
Why all the betting and crypto and all, like you don't like the shell company. You don't have to report. It's all wonderful.
Why don't we have more shell companies? Like, why don't we do that?
I know.
Why can't I open up a company in the Bahamas like under my kid's name for like $10?
What are we waiting for?
And then like have that company start another company in Ireland that starts another why can't I do that? Like, let's do it.
No, you can. It's easier now. So do you care about this? Scaling back scrutiny? No,
I can't say that this is just so obvious that it was always going to happen.
Here's another obvious one. 25 groups urging Supreme Court to kill climate case have ties to oil companies.
What?
Yeah. Look, it's worth pointing out. And not only that,
you got to say it.
Just like the hate, I call them the hate shareholder proposals, like the anti-DEI, anti-woke, anti-ESG proposals. All of these different entities are filing briefs that make nearly identical legal arguments. They're all copying and pasting from each other.
They don't even come up with it themselves.
I mean, again, just another like sad, corrupt way to subvert our democracy. It's just.
So I don't care about this mostly because I care about that we know about it, but I don't care about it because it's so obvious. But they're just so lazy. Just instead of Control-C, Control-V, can we just do something else? Or just put words in it.
Plus, don't they know the Supreme Court they're dealing with? I mean, do they really even need to?
They don't need to. You wouldn't need to even file a brief.
Yeah. Here's an interesting one. Activist Sevian calls for higher pay for UK board members because they want to attract better directors. So they want to pay directors more because they're suggesting that the directors we have now, I guess, suck. They want better ones.
Sure.
I like
but
this one.
I like this in theory, except
I like
that
the inference.
don't investors have to vote against the directors in order to like? There's you don't need higher pay is not the problem. The pay isn't the problem. The problem is you're looking at a pool of 7 white guys.
Yeah, I wish
Look
Sevian
beyond
would.
it.
I wish Sevian would focus on like teachers and nurses and librarians, like pay
It's
them
not a
more,
pay
get better people
problem.
there. Yeah.
Like,
All right, you don't care.
yeah,
All right, let's
I don't
move
care.
on. Next category, AI stuff. I have a few AI stories.
Already don't like
Luckily,
it.
not a lot. Luckily, not a lot. Anthropic. People are already mad about this one. I don't know why. It makes sense to me. Anthropic is embedding invisible watermarks in Claude text and images.
Good.
Doesn't that make sense? Why are people angry? They're already angry now that they're. I think the press secretary, what's her name? Levitt. What's her name?
Levitt, who just
stepping down?
She just stepped down. Yeah.
I think she used AI to put out her press release when she was leaving, because they discovered the watermark. But I don't understand the
I
anger
think this
against
is great.
this.
This
Yeah.
is great because now we know which one of you fuckfaces are
Right?
not writing anything yourself.
Yeah, I don't
That's
get the pushback against this. All right, you like that one.
I
And
like that.
finally, OpenAI's head of ethics suddenly leaves company under mysterious circumstances. That's Chloe Bacalar. She's been there for less than a year. And then there's an ongoing OpenAI talent exodus this year, including Chief Revenue Officer Denise Dresser, COO Brad Lightcap, CEO of AGI Deployment Fiji Simo, Chief Marketing Officer Kate Roush, et cetera, et cetera. At least 12 so far. And then Greg Brockman, the president, this number 2 in charge, goes to CNBC and says, it's fine. It's not that atypical. This is what happens.
When you use like a double negative, not that atypical.
Right before
like,
an
it's already-
IPO, isn't this extremely atypical? Right before an IPO,
Also
people
an
are bailing?
IPA if you're having a nice cold IPA.
I mean, what the
Look,
hell with OpenAI?
The only thing that stood out to me
Yeah.
in this story, I don't really care about this. I'm glad. I want them to go down in flames. But the only thing that stood out for me is Chloe Bacalar left OpenAI after leaving Meta. She came from Zuck. OpenAI is now worse than Zuck. Like, she left Meta for OpenAI. She got there and she was like, holy shit, the ethics over there sucked. This is bananas. I'm out. I like it.
Okay, so I guess you do care or you don't care about that?
I don't care. Move
Let's
on.
go to billionaire stuff. So a few days after Jared Kushner, he's the son-in-law of Donald Trump, a few days after his brother tried to privatize FIFA, right after the World Cup, which brought the world together, the Kushner family decided, let's privatize it and ruin it. A few days after that failed, he and Bob Iger, one of our favorite CEOs, former CEO like 25 times of Disney, are suddenly buying the Los Angeles Lakers, the basketball team, for almost $13 billion.
I care about this because mostly I want to know where Bob Iger got like access to $13 million. Or $13 billion. That's all I care about. Otherwise, move on.
Okay, moving on. Liverpool owners sell minority stake to Jeff Bezos, and he has an option to purchase a controlling stake in the company within 12 months.
I care a lot about this.
More billionaires ruining sports. Yeah, go ahead. Why this one?
So two reasons. Number one, just like Iger and Kushner, this is like a vanity project, right? Like they don't care about the team. They just want the asset. They just think it's like cool to own a sports team. They don't care about the team or the fans or any of that stuff. So there's that. The thing that bothers me the most about this one is Jeff Bezos, unlike Bob Iger and Josh Kushner, Jeff Bezos came out and said, it's really difficult to do philanthropy, to optimize your money, to give the money away in the right way, to have a big impact. This is a man who built a yacht in a place where they had to remove an ancient bridge to get the yacht out, right?
The yacht was too big.
He could care less. Like Mackenzie Scott has spent the same amount of money Jeff Bezos spent buying Liverpool, like helping homeless people and women's health, right? Like it's unfucking believable to me that Jeff Bezos, we look at him with any degree of awe or wonder. What a fucking asshole move Like, you're going to go buy Liverpool after complaining last year that it's too hard to give away your money? Well, it's easy when you want to buy a vanity project, you asshole. Move on.
Plus, what's the deal? The investment consortium is called 1892 Holdings. What's that all about? Why are we always naming our things after, like, back when there were no rights to anyone but white men? Why are we always doing that? What is 1892 Holdings? Anyway.
I don't know.
So finally, one more in billionaire stuff. It seems like Bill Gates' daughter may be in serious legal trouble. This was a weird story that broke while you were gone. Phoebe. Okay, well, let's backtrack a little bit. Remember Phoebe Gates? She's the daughter of Bill Gates. Said she wants nothing to do with her dad. She wants to prove this is all her. She's not a nepo baby. This is all her, right? Like, now she has this shopping app of all things. It's like, that kind of crushed me a little bit. I'm like, well, maybe she's doing something good for the world at least. A shopping app? This is what we get from the spawn of Bill Gates, a shopping app. So there's allegations that she's doing something called cookie stuffing, which I really don't understand. I'm trying to get it. It's digital credit stealing, where basically it's tracking you, whatever you do, and it's taking credit for sales that you didn't actually get. I don't really get it, but it's so bad that the U.S. considers it wire fraud. So this is a serious deal. She originally blamed, said it was a bug, a mistake, but then there have been already leaked internal messages showing that Gates and her co-founder were discussing auto dropping cookies to artificially boost revenue. So she's lying about her revenue already. This is what you do, I guess, when you don't want to be seen as a nepo baby. You cheat.
You lie and cheat and steal.
There's another article that along with this, it said Phoebe Gates took a secret Stanford course on controlling society and used it to recruit for her startup that's now facing accusations. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on with Phoebe Gates. Do you care?
I don't.
Okay, let's move on. Let's go to Meta. A lot of Meta stories. I think we're making pretty good time because we're going to have some speed rounds at the end. A lot of Meta stories. Meta faces astronomical consequences as legal fight reaches critical moment in California. I think this case might start today. It's a trial involving a coalition of 29 states. Basically, this is stemming off the stuff we reported back about that happened in New Mexico. Basically, holding Meta accountable for addicting children to their stupid products. The state attorneys general are seeking up to a $1.4 trillion in penalties and to change how Meta operates. Do you care? You should.
I love this.
Yeah. Imagine if you didn't care about this.
I mean, I first of all, I love that, like, among the states, like, it's almost entirely Democratic states, except for Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky's actually one of the lead. Although Kentucky now oddly has a Democratic governor, Andy Beshear. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I know, but, like, I just love that, like, like, this is one of the few things we agree on, that no one likes Mark Zuckerberg. I like that we agree on that.
Yeah. How about the fact that this? Meanwhile, just this morning, I had to add this. Just this morning, OpenAI launches ChatGPT for teens.
Oh, cool. Finally, you're cool,
like,
Sam.
In the shadow of this potentially, like, massively consequential case of, like, stop addicting our children, ChatGPT thinks it's fine to launch a product for teenagers. I mean, really, Sam Altman, I don't understand. Do you care about that?
The worst part is it's better than what was happening already, which was they were just using ChatGPT with no guardrails at all.
Oh,
so
sure.
This supposedly has
You're very trusting.
guardrail on it.
Yeah.
I hate
like
that.
teenagers won't be able to bypass a guardrail.
They won't. Yeah, they won't.
You never jumped a wired fence when you were a kid.
Instead of typing in ChatGPT.teen.com, they somehow can't figure out how to write ChatGPT.com.
I mean, think of how many times as a kid, we're older, how many times as a kid did you, like, cut yourself jumping over a chain link fence, not even knowing what would be on the other side, but just to be on the other side?
Because the fence was there and it was
climbable.
there. Yeah.
But you're willing to bleed for it.
So many times.
All right, let's move on. I'm going to stay with Meta and tell me if you care. Meta caught paying Nazis to post on Facebook.
Finally, someone's paying the Nazis.
This happened in Australia, and it wasn't a mistake, despite the fact that this goes against their supposed hate speech policies that they purportedly have at Facebook. I mean, what is the corporate oversight board going to weigh in on this 10 years later? I mean, this. Do you care about this?
Do I care about this? We're
in theory,
shocked.
you do.
We're shocked that Meta's paying Nazis. I mean, the only difference is now we know that they paid Nazis, where in like 2016, where they tried to foil an election, we had to like find out from Cambridge Analytica that they were basically using Nazis.
You know why this matters is that I read yesterday that the far right in Germany, speaking of Nazis, the OG Nazis, the far right.
There are all OG Nazis, yeah.
The far right in Germany is in one of their departments there is about to take over power for the first time since World War II. So this stuff might matter. It might.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. I just love reporting these stories because I tongue-in-cheekily love that there's nothing that Zuckerberg can do that will make people delete their apps. There's no story I can tell you that people, they'll say it's awful, but they're never going to quit themselves.
Forget it. Yeah, they're not going to.
Yeah. There's all these stories that you missed. Zuckerberg's yacht allegedly refused Coast Guard calls to help stranded boat despite being closer. There was a big story. You saw this?
Saw that while I was away.
Big story. The way it works in the maritime is that the closest vessel helps the other vessel, and of course Zuck's yacht didn't help. And Zuck's excuse was, we didn't hear it. We didn't. Our radios were off. I don't know what he said. Do you care about that one?
I mean,
he's just so hated.
It's just so comical.
Yeah, so much that when the yacht finally pulled into harbor, people were actually there booing.
He's like a comic book supervillain.
Yeah, he is.
And he's such a man baby. I feel like I don't. It's like.
You don't care about that one.
Yeah,
okay, next one.
On.
Zuckerberg said AI's biggest risk is one entity with too much control. They're all saying this now.
Yeah, finally, somebody said it.
Yeah, we wouldn't want like
I know
a
Sam
man
Altman
baby
said it last week. That like Zuckerberg is
as he's putting in $160 billion of his own money into making it stronger.
He is so obviously like, what was it? You ever see the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast?
Maybe when I was a child, I was forced to.
Do you remember Gaston in that movie?
I absolutely do not.
So he had a like sidekick who just did whatever he said and like followed him around.
Igor
was like
type.
Yeah, like isn't Zuckerberg like the tech bro like sidekick? Like everything he does. Like 2 weeks ago,
yeah, that's true.
Zuck was like, oh, we also had a hacking incident where our AI went rogue. Look at me. And last week, Sam Altman said we can't have one company have all the control, and then this week, Zuckerberg says the exact same thing. Like, do you have a thought, man? Like, you're so... Like, I would just boo him for being so boringly everybody else.
Sounds like you don't care about
I don't
that
care.
one. How about this one? Zuckerberg says Meta will give billions... a 24/7 personal super intelligence as he lays out AI vision in yet another manifesto by one of these college dropouts. So that's his vision, is that we're all going to have 24/7 personal super intelligence companion. I don't know what the hell. He claims that he has something set up in his home that watches him and his family do everything, including like reading to his children. He's very excited he's really excited about, he's rooting out the disgusting, filthy pig of a human race. He's really excited about wiping out the humans. It's really exciting. It's exciting for Zuck.
He's excited to have all the money. I
don't
like
care about that one. Yeah.
Like there was a bunch of news headlines about Zuckerberg's manifesto, and I actually saw the headlines, didn't read the manifesto, and thought, oh man, I'm missing this.
You tried to read it during the eclipse, right when it got the darkest. You pulled it out to read it.
I was thinking to myself like, oh man, I can't believe I missed. This is the week I took off when Zuckerberg, and then I skimmed the manifesto and I was like, I missed nothing. This is so dumb. It's like he's just so.
Well, how would you expect a college dropout to write a manifesto?
I'm sure AI wrote it. Maybe his avatar wrote it. I don't know.
You don't care. Zuckerberg, you might care about this one. Zuckerberg brings back the floating battle barge to spar with UFC fighter Merab Dvalishvili. You excited about that? He's back fighting on floating barges. You like that one?
Finally.
No, you
that
don't
was
care.
on my bingo card for things I should care about.
Let's talk about back to the manifesto again. Zuckerberg's manifesto about the glorious freedoms AI will bring was completely contradicted by his own CTO during a company meeting. So Meta's CTO Andrew Bosworth, you don't want to even look at this guy. It'll trigger you. The Boz. He shut down an employee who asked if AI productivity gains could be used to revive Meta Days, which is a canceled holiday program that once allowed staff to take more days off a year. I guess he got appalled by the idea, saying that I hope that what we do with our extra time is do even more and cooler stuff for the users who use our products every day. We got billions of people using our products every day. I get an extra hour. You know what I do with it? I put it into that. And then he dug his heels even further, saying that he said, go to your parents and ask them, hey, like every time I get a chance to talk to my boss, ask me if I can have more days off. Ask your parents what they think of that as a career strategy. So he was he was
personally
insulting him for his work-life balance
for the question.
Yeah, this guy
for wanting and like a day off once in a while.
But I thought AI was supposed to like free us up. I don't understand.
Well, not
Elon
that guy.
Musk thinks that we're not going to be working and there won't be any money. I mean, but the boss is like, hell no. Get back in there. Keep going, baby.
Somebody do you think the boss is asking for that guy to be watched at every meeting and like when he goes home to his family now?
Good
too?
luck being that guy.
Yeah.
Do you care about that story?
No.
All right, I'll forget. Let's move on from Meta. All right, I got some speed round blowhard index speed round. You love blowhard index.
I do. I love blowhards.
CEO of $49 billion AI company says it's mind-boggling people think you can work 38 hours a week, have work-life balance, and be successful.
I don't care. Shut up.
So you do care? Maybe we should change this one to shut up or not shut up.
Yeah, shut up. This is just
that's a shut up.
This is a new game. Shut up or don't shut up.
Let's do that.
Shut up or say more. Yeah.
Bill Ackman agrees with Jeff Bezos.
Shut up.
being a great CEO can do more for the world than philanthropy.
Oh. Shut up.
Yeah, I'd like to see the data he has on that. Corcoran Group CEO says Gen Z's housing market struggles mirror what boomers faced 30 years ago. Stop buying Starbucks coffee, she advises.
Oh, it's your fault. Yeah, it's all our fault.
Why would she even say that? I was just talking to my mom, who was able to buy. She was a teacher, a lifelong public school teacher, able to buy a home in the town which she worked. The house was $59,000, right? Which was reasonable compared to her terrible salary at the time. Now that house is worth well over $1 million, just because I don't know why. Actually, nobody knows why. So, which means if you do the math, she absolutely could not live in the town where she teaches, and Starbucks has nothing to do with that. So, why is she saying that boomers had the same struggle? I don't. What the hell? Why? That's just a complete gaslight.
All right. So here's the worst part.
Yeah.
The median home price in the United States is $502,000.
Jesus.
If you spend $6 a day, 5 days a week at Starbucks, you've spent $1,560 per year on Starbucks. You would have to save your Starbucks money for 322 years to buy the median house in the United States in cash. What the fuck are you talking about?
Why not just be honest about it?
It's not a Starbucks problem.
It's not a Starbucks problem.
It's that the CEO of Corcoran Group is probably making several $1 million a year, while the lowest paid person on her staff is probably making 300x less than her. That's the problem, not your fucking Starbucks addiction.
I don't know why they keep going back to the Starbucks idea.
Everything is designed to make the lowest paid person addicted to shit.
Yeah,
right?
that's
like,
true too.
Like everyone's addicted. Like you have
Yeah.
your Netflix, you've got your, you got your sports, you've got your Starbucks, you've got your everything's like high fat, your
Instagram,
McDonald's, your
yeah.
Instagram, your TikTok.
Yeah.
Everything is designed to addict you.
Your FOMO, so you gotta travel to Tokyo, whatever it is.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
All
So
right.
this is like a double
shut
up. Can I double shut
Yeah,
her up?
I can do that. Yeah. Okay. OpenAI's CFO insists AI will not replace judgment. Insists.
No, say more. I want this one's to say more. I want to know
Okay, say
why.
more.
I want you to say more. Say
Yeah.
more about your insist. What data do you have?
I love these because they have no information, no data, no studies, nothing to back this
There's
crap
nothing.
up.
Say more. Tell me more.
OpenAI warns. This is Greg Brockman going around. He warns AI models can automate cyber attacks and exploit security vulnerabilities. So he's going around warning people what to do now because the AI models are going to make cyber attacks worse. Greg, the president and
This is pure mafia.
What is this? This is
pure mafia.
What is that? But what is that?
Hey,
Shouldn't he be apologizing?
Hey, you're in a dangerous neighborhood. You need protection in this neighborhood.
Yeah,
if you
from
pay
us.
me to protect you,
Yeah,
then
from me, from my fist.
Pay me to protect you. You'll be protected.
Yeah.
If you don't pay me, I don't know what's going to happen
Yeah.
to you. I might break in and take your shit. Greg Brockman's basically doing the exact same thing. We built a model that's going to break everything. Now
gonna
pay
break
us
everything.
to protect
And
you
look
from the
out.
model.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it your model? Isn't it your model
now they're
that's
warning
breaking
about
everything?
now they're warning about the models, and they're warning about themselves, saying we can't have like a concentration of power and monopoly of AI. Like you can't let us be us.
We need at least 5 families in this town. Shut up.
Sam Altman thinks working at Goldman Sachs sounds unbelievably terrible now, and admits he was peer pressured into accepting an internship there. Why is that a headline?
You know what?
Yeah.
Say more, Sam.
You wanna
I
hear
want to
more
know.
about that?
I want to know about the peer pressure you felt getting an internship at Goldman Sachs.
How about this one? This is a good one. Sam Altman says 4 years could be too long for college. The way the world has evolved, college just shouldn't be as long as it is. How about
Yeah,
that
you know,
statement?
frankly, the no studies that he's citing suggest that you should learn in less time now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Say more, Sam. I want to hear what everything Sam has to say.
That guy's a genius. I love that now he's like an expert in education. This was always the number one complaint. Back to my mom. The number one complaint of probably 99% of educators is that everybody thinks they're an expert in education. Everybody comes into the
thinks they
classroom
know.
and tells them everything that they're doing wrong because
Yeah.
they're experts. Because it's an industry dominated by women, so they must not know what they're doing, right? I mean, Kalshi's 30-year-old CEO says most business advice is trash. He doesn't read management books or listen to podcasts. Quote, I'm going to make it up as I go.
Yeah, finally, a guy who's just saying it like it is.
Say more. That sounds like a say more.
Say more. Say more. Tell me
These-
more. Just make it up as you go.
we
I'm
are-
excited for that.
We are, if there's any reason why anyone's confused why I'm desperate for women to take over power for 100 years, that quote right there is, I'm gonna make it up as I go. Anyway, how about this one? Paramount. This is the Ellison boys.
Yeah, Ellison
This
Nepo
one's-
baby.
This one's crazy. Paramount demands $1.9 billion from states, citing Warner deal delays. They want the states to pay them because they had a clause in their contract that they'd have to pay a massive fine every month if the deal doesn't close. They want the states to pay that because they're trying to stop the deal because they're worried about isn't that the Ellison's fault? They're the ones who.
It doesn't matter. This is bull.
All right. Is that a shut up or a say more?
Yeah, it's just shut up. Just
All right. I'll try to
Ellison
go
just
faster
needs to
here.
Shut up.
Try to get out of here. Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky says AI writes,
Shut up.
Yeah, I know. AI writes 60% of its code, and sustaining founder mode is the key to winning in the age of AI.
Founder mode.
That's a
Shut
I
up.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do we still need to win? Doesn't the world need less
No,
winners and
I don't
more like problem solving?
Win, lose, whatever. The founder mode is just such a beer can crushed to the head of a tech bro nerd. That's all it is.
All right, next one is from Richard Tice. He's a right-wing UK politician. He's head of the Reform Party. He worked for a company called he's a house building guy who worked for a company called the Sunley Group. He was the CEO there, a company founded by his grandfather. He said, here's the headline: far right UK politician says people should enjoy climate change. It's warmer.
Say more.
It's warmer.
Say more.
I love when a Nepo baby steps up and is like, hey guys, you're not doing this right.
I was in Europe and I saw like Nigel Farage headlines everywhere.
Yeah.
He had like a runoff. He basically quit and then did a runoff because he's like under investigation, and he used it as a political stunt to basically say the people still want me. But his runoff opponent was Trash Bin Face or whatever. Like, it was a comedian who dresses up in a costume wearing a trash container as a head. And Trash Bin Face, like, so Farage won. Everybody knew he was going to win. He was basically unopposed, except for the fact that Trash Bin Face, who usually wins about like 1% of the vote, got 27% of the vote. I am not kidding.
I thought you were going to say like 3%. So
27% of the vote. Can you?
Yeah, doesn't that tell you a lot about the alternative democracy? How directors are getting like,
that's what I thought.
Right?
Directors.
But Trash Face.
Trash Face is like, it's unbelievable to me. It's
wow.
fabulous.
All right, finally, in my blowhard index, Mark Cuban tells Ro Khanna, you don't understand business, threatens investment shift over billionaire tax. So all the billionaires in California are really getting heated over this billionaire tax.
They really don't want to be taxed.
So say more, shut up.
Shut up. It's like, leave policy to the people.
And then finally, let's try to end on a good note. Another speed round. People and things maybe not to hate. Tell me if you hate or don't hate this.
Oh.
Mackenzie Scott has given away $26 billion and rarely speaks publicly. Thank you, Mackenzie. Now she's releasing a novel, but she won't sell it on Amazon. Which I think is, she's not gonna sell it. She's gonna release it chapter by chapter on Substack. And just to be clear here, this is not like a Nepo baby situation. This is a woman who studied under Nobel Prize winner Toni Morrison at Princeton. This is a person who understands writing. So not only does she not bug us by constantly saying stuff, but she's a rich person who doesn't need to make more money. She's just going to release the book. She actually has expertise in this field. Hate it or don't hate it?
I hate this.
Oh.
I hate it not because of anything.
Because it's a model of how everyone should act?
No, what I hate about it is actually the beginning of the sentence, which is Mackenzie Scott has given away $26 billion. And earlier, Jeff Bezos spent $7.4 billion for a minority stake in Liverpool.
It never stops talking.
I just hate
all right, it triggered
that there is somebody who's just doing it the way everyone should do it. And it bothers me so much that all these fucking man babies can't.
There was another headline the same day. Amazon's new AI data center is so enormous that it appears it will become the largest single source of pollution in the United States. That's also happening at Amazon.
Am I supposed to not hate that?
No, I'm just saying, like, this is the
that's the
counterbalance of Mackenzie Scott. Yeah,
I hate it.
I'm sorry, but that's one of the best things I've read all year, that she's not releasing it on Amazon. I just think that's amazing. But
that's great. All of her money came from Amazon, though. So
I know.
It's
Bernie Sanders asked the leading AI. Now, Bernie has a letter. It's not a manifesto. It's a letter. Bernie asked the leading AI CEOs to pause development. He wants them to just stop. Hate or don't hate?
I don't hate this, but I also don't care about it. Like, Bernie writes a letter every day.
He's trying. Well, that is his job, right? He's representing his constituents. I mean, they probably, I don't know. Yeah, I hear you. U.S. firms, this is from The Guardian and multiple sources, U.S. firms that kept DEI policies despite go woke, go broke threats have thrived. So
Yeah.
so going woke, going
So
broke, you're saying
fucking
is
obvious.
bullshit. Yeah.
This is so obvious. So
Hate or don't
I don't hate it, but I also am like, duh.
France bans unsolicited telemarketing calls.
Oh, I don't hate that. That's
a
amazing.
way to do it, right? Just ban
Finally,
them.
just ban it.
Cards Against Humanity unveils sad little bitch Elon Musk monument near Texas Starbase.
I don't know what that is, but I don't hate it.
And finally, Gen Z is. I'm going to end on a dumb one, but maybe Gen Z is bringing pen and paper back to the workplace.
No, you're not bringing back pen and paper. Come
Yeah.
on. Come on.
You hate that one.
I hate that. Like, we don't have to do everything. Like, I don't have to listen to everything on a tape cassette. Just because. Although I do have pen and paper next to me all day. I
Yeah,
write
you
on
too.
it
All
all
right, that's it. That's the show. That's enough.
Oh, wow.
Get outta here.
Let's get out of here. That
That's a
is
lot.
Hazelnut Rawlis. I'm your analyst, Matt Mascardi. We are Free Float. Go to freefloatanalytics.com. You know what they just did? They just allowed on the beta, which is not freefloatanalytics.com, which is a different website. So if you want that, let me know. But it's self-serve now. You can just sign up. You can just sign up for the beta.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's
if you
just-
want, and if you want to understand the method to this madness, go sign up, join the platform, and I know that we throw a lot of information at you on these shows, but if you're someone who is interested in something like Paramount or Meta or whatever, you can go right to those pages and you can see all the latest news headlines that we tag about those companies. You can keep up with the daily happenings.
When you were talking about L3 Harris at the opening,
Yeah.
I pulled it up, and at the bottom is the filing. It's the filing from L3 Harris. You scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see the filing that announces the new CEO and the CEO's departure. Right? It's right there. It's like it's all right there for you. So it's a great resource. You should use
Handy
it
resource. Handy resource.
because why not? Otherwise, we'll be back. I'm back. So we'll be back. We'll do some light
Sounds
shows
threatening.
up through Labor Day, and then we'll ramp really up after that.
All right.
I think no proxy countdown this week, but we'll be back on Friday. Until then, goodbye.